somebody has a business and it's failing. The two questions. The number one reason why businesses fail, I don't know if you have a specific reason why that is. And then second to that question is, what can they do about it?
Oh, those are great questions. I believe the number one reason businesses fail is because they run out of cash. Now, there's a variety of reasons why the business could fail, but cash pretty much solves anything. If the marketing and sales is not coming in, well, cash could help fix that. If you didn't have the right management team in place, well, cash could help fix that. If there's not a market fit and you need to develop a different product or service, cash can help fit that. So having cash almost solves almost everything with the business. So cash flow, I believe, is the number one reason. Having access to cash is the number one reason businesses fail, and that's the big. Everybody wants to look at the Ubers and the WeWorks and all this of the world and want to emulate them. The thing is, they're getting cash not from profit but from investors, and they're able to do all these cool things because they have cash coming in the door from all these investors. That's not a reality for most small businesses. I mean, 90%, 99%, I would venture to say, small businesses in the country are just not able to get cash from investors, nor debt that's not personal debt, taking on personal credit cards or personal lines of credits, or taking a line mortgaging your house.
I think that too is. From a social media perspective, from a business media perspective, I talk about unicorns all the time, and that's those big billion-dollar businesses that 28-year-old kids started an app, so then all of these other 28-year-old kids emulate them and say, I'm going to start an app, not understanding that the one app that gets all the publicity, there's 5,000 apps behind it in one day that go out of business every day, or aren't financially successful. The same's true with businesses too. Even if you're not a business person or you're following businesses specifically, popular culture kind of has it, the terms that kind of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right? And along with that are these common terms like top line growth. Oh, we're really, particularly in the internet era, we're really concentrating on top line growth. And the more of that top line growth we can have, the more successful we're going to be ultimately. And so I think that that's crept into the consciousness over the last 15 or 20 years. And people, I know it affected me. And people look at that and go, well, it's all about top line growth, and then I can make money. And I think what people have to understand is perspective. You said it, 99%. I don't know a single one. So in my 40 different business owners that I know, I don't know a single one that has ever had had that experience like what Uber does, which loses billions of dollars every year. It's burning through cash, $2-3 billion a quarter. It has to constantly go out and give up more equity in its business in order to raise new funding. The investors are counting on the business making money in the future at some point, but it's not making money. Therefore, it's not really a business, right? That's kind of what my whole story there was, to get to that. It's not really a business. I mean, WeWork certainly isn't a business, and that whole thing is blown up spectacularly. Yeah. But Uber's not really a business. It's not a business if it's not operating and it's carrying itself and it's making money. So if that were John Q. Public on Main Street running a business, and he reads about how Uber does it, the point I want to make here off of your point is that that's not real business. A real business is one that pays its own bills, has cash flow, so it gets financing for that cash flow, but makes money. Because if you're not making money, 99.999% of us are gone.
Totally. Which is why half of all businesses never see their 5th birthday.
Yeah, that's an amazing. I think it's even worse in the service side of things, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Probably.
So what do they do about it?
Yeah, the easy answer, it's definitely hard to execute, but the easy answer is to generate positive cash flow, to have your business re-engineer your business or your machine sitting in your garage to make cash, but to make more of it every single month and every single year. And how do you do that? Well, I believe that the key is breaking your business part down, or your machine, or your business down into those 9 parts, those 9 numbers that I talked about, and we can go in the 9 numbers in a second. But and every single month, looking at how each of those 9 numbers are performing, and deciding of the 9 numbers which one is causing you to not hit your profit goal the most, and then go to work focusing on that one thing.
Right.
Even if there's 12 things that you need to be focused on, you focus on one thing to make sure it gets done, and then focus on the second most important thing, then the third most important thing.
Right.
But it's all of this sounds easy, but it's hard without somebody that can interpret those numbers for you and show you, of all the things you're looking at, here's the number one most important thing to focus on.
Yeah,
and that's where a CFO type person comes in.